What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. XRP took a little dipperoo, and it took a little dip past where my expectations would be personally. I was thinking we'd go just below 220. However, you went all the way down to $2.13. I hope everybody's okay. I hope that didn't freak you out, because guess what? We're fine, right? It's totally fine. I hope nobody freaked out, because if you did, man, you freaked out at the wrong time. $2.22 is where we are now. Big wick coming up, you guys. This is nice to see. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I think that was the low, not just for XRP, but for Bitcoin, for the market. I think we're about to see that next phase higher. It starts today and it ends next week, 2 weeks, a month, really 6 weeks from now, probably. We'll have stopping points along the way, but this is just that next phase up, right? Stopping point, next phase up, whatever. Inevitably, I do expect XRP to see some fantastic growth over the next 6 weeks. We're looking for new all-time highs, the whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle, and it doesn't stop there. We're going to see prices that are at $10, $11, $13, maybe even as high as $15 or more by the end of June, if not sometime in July. Sometime in July. Maybe it's early July, maybe it's mid-July, maybe it's late July. I don't know at this point, right? But sometime in July is what I would expect. Looking at this on a weekly time frame and actually on something with more history than this, XRP, you can see, has been through the ringer, man. It really has been. You've been laughed at, been mocked. This coin's dead. It's going nowhere. You didn't see new all-time highs last cycle. You've been consolidating for 2 cycles. What's wrong with you? And now you're up here, right? Whenever you did find your lower high last cycle, this is what you did. When you found your all-time high up here, this is what you did. Both of these here are kind of in this little area, right? If we put nice little trend lines here right at the top, you can see that, boom, the top of this aligns with the top of this. If we put this right at the top, boom, you can see that the top of this lines up with the bottom of this. It's almost as if, instead of rejecting this area immensely, as we have historically, now that we're dancing in it, it's almost like one could expect or piece together, connect the dots, so to speak, that different behavior begets different results. If this is what we did when we were rejecting, what are we going to do when we're not rejecting? We're going to see new all-time highs. And first and foremost, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastic. But whenever you add on the fact that you've got multiple years, multiple cycles, even a third, right? You've gone through 1 bull cycle, 2 bull cycles. You're basically a full 3rd bull cycle almost of just pent-up aggression in these same areas, ready to let loose on all the bears, man. They're gonna get that goose is gonna get let loose on the bears, man. It's going. It's gonna keep going, and it's gonna go up very, very high in a very, very short amount of time. I think a lot of people are fading XRP because they think this was some kind of one-off. Okay, that was a one-off. You got added into the United States crypto reserve, whatever. That was just a one-off. It's not going to happen again. Don't expect it to break out and move up the same. It'll still be fun. It's going up to new all-time highs, but don't expect it to be this exact same move. F that, man. F that right in the A, because I think that this is going to be the exact same move. You will see literally this exact move from this low, but more. $9.74 doth not butter any parsnips. Not around here, my friends. We are going to go a lot higher. You're going to see prices that are probably, if we look at this from a prior all-time high, because you do have a slightly new all-time high here, to the low here, high to low there, we're probably not stopping here. We're going higher. Where's the next fib target? 1357, right there, 1357. It's very common with the 1-for-1 to wick just above it. What's just above it? 15 bucks, 16 bucks? I don't know. I don't care. It's less common to stop just below, but maybe you do. Maybe you stop at $11. Maybe you stop something like that. But something around here is what you're going to do. You get me? Right? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Maybe you don't get me. Maybe you don't understand. So let's do this real quick. Let's do XRP. I love to do this because it makes it very clear. At least I think it does. A lot of the, let's say, smarter minds, a lot of the people who are people maybe that you should listen to in the crypto markets, they oftentimes refer to the BTC charts, right? Oftentimes they do, right? And I'm not saying because I'm using a BTC chart that I'm smarter, that you should listen to me. I'm not saying that, right? Pretend that I'm dumb, like whatever. I'm not trying to say that about myself. I'm just saying, for me personally, as someone who's been this is my 3rd bull market. I've been in crypto since 2015. Whenever I hear people talk about the BTC price and they actually do genuine analysis on it, they compare that regularly, that's something that they consider, I take their words, their analysis a little bit more seriously, okay, because they get it, right? The BTC chart means something, okay? That's all I'm trying to get at, okay? That's all I'm trying to get at here. XRP to BTC here. Okay, we look at this chart and we look at its all-time existence, right? All the way back, all the way back to 2013. We look at this chart. So this is XRP priced in BTC, XRP priced in US dollars, XRP priced in Bitcoin. Versus US dollars is worth $2.21 versus Bitcoin is worth 0.00002 Bitcoins, right? If you notice this chart, it behaves much like any chart. You've got areas that you find support at, you've got areas that you find resistance at, sometimes you wick, whatever, and areas that you find resistance at here. It's just like any chart. When you break out of these areas of support, you break out, you move down, and you find support at the next area of support. And then whenever you break above this area of support that used to be support and is now resistance, you move up to the next area of resistance. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very similar. It's the exact same thing. A chart's a chart no matter what you're pricing it in. If we're looking at this here, assuming that XRP moves up, and it will, it's going to move up here pretty damn soon. Assuming that it outperforms Bitcoin, Bitcoin and XRP will move up, and XRP will move up at a faster pace, and it will. I would think that we move above this line that we've been held down by since basically 2019, the end of 2019, mid 2019 and beyond, right? We've been under this line for so long. If you've been under an area for years, it's been 6 years at this point, right? Basically 6 years at this point, you've been under this line. Do you think when you break above it, you're going to do this and then you're done? Or do you think it's going to be something more pronounced? I would think, logically, that it would be something more pronounced. You're breaking out of a multi-year, a 6-year consolidation phase in this very large kind of consolidation phase of price you have versus Bitcoin. Where are you going to go? Well, it's probably not going to be right here. It's probably going to be to the next area. Where's the next area, right? It's like when you broke above this, you didn't just stop right above it right here. No, you went to the next area, which was this area of resistance. That's where you found resistance, okay? We break out here. Where are we going to go? Likely all the way up here. All the way up to this area, and that line doesn't even do it justice. Probably all the way up here, but somewhere in this zone, right? Probably up here. XRP to BTC is going to go all the way up here. Okay. XRP to BTC, let's take the minimum value that we can, which is 00. That's 4 zeros, 8, 2. We're just going to do that. Okay. 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2. XRP is worth that many Bitcoins. Now, Bitcoin, when XRP moves up, whenever XRP makes this move, Bitcoin's not going to be at $106,000. We know that. Okay. So let's just see what price it's not going to be at, which is going to be $106,000. Bitcoin will not be at $106,000. Therefore, this price is not a price that XRP USD is going to stop at. It's actually going to go higher, much higher. Because why? Because if XRP is moving up, Bitcoin's going to move up, XRP is going to move up at a faster pace, all this stuff, right? You know this, right? So this is the price that XRP will not stop at. If you're considering resistance or prices below this point as a place to sell, bad idea. What is the price? $8.70. You might be surprised. You might be blown away because you're like, okay, C-Zar, I know that you're bullish to go to $10 or $12 or $14. I don't see that happening. I do see it going like $4 or $6, but come on now. You might be surprised because this actually makes a whole lot of sense as to why we wouldn't stop at any freaking price at all that is below $10, you guys. Because this is at $106,000 for Bitcoin. XRP to BTC goes here because why? Because we're not going to break out of a 6-year consolidation phase just to stop right here. And if we're not going to stop here, where are we stopping? Well, at a minimum here, I think that we're not even going to stop at this line. We're probably going to go above this line. Why do I think that? Well, if you take this high here and you put it at a low right there, that line is not at our 786 and we'd be stopping in the middle of nowhere. I would think that we go to the 786 personally. I think that's what's going to happen. So these targets are conservative, by the way, what we're doing right now, at least in my opinion, they're conservative. We take that conservative target, we put it to Bitcoin at $106,000 right now, which we know it's not going to be. If XRP versus USD is moving up, Bitcoin's also going to move up, which means it's at a higher price. If it's at a higher price, $8.70, it will not be. It will be higher. So let's assume that it's higher. How much higher? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. We're going to guess, okay? We're going to guess. My guess is that Bitcoin by the end of June, by the end of July, by the time XRP tops off, Bitcoin's going to be worth $180,000. 170, 190, somewhere in that area. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but who cares? We're not even going to do the math based off of this area because it's too high for some people to wrap their minds around. Let's take it down a notch. In fact, let's take it down 2 notches and we'll work our way up. Let's say Bitcoin goes to its golden ratio area at $138,000. Little known fact about Bitcoin, when it goes to its golden ratio, it doesn't stop right there. Oftentimes it actually wicks above it. And you can go back in time and test that yourself. You'll find that that's true. This is my 3rd bull market. I promise you I'm not making things up to agree with me. I'm just saying it does like to wick a little bit above there. What's a little bit above 138.7K? 140,000. Do you think that between now and the end of June, early July, sometime in July, that Bitcoin could be worth 140,000? Maybe you're not on board with 180K. I think we'll be at 180K by that time. But can you at least get on board with 140K? I think I'm not asking for too much. I don't think I'm asking for too much with XRP being at this line, which is where we're doing our calculations from. It's actually 821. So this should be a little bit bigger, to be completely fair. 821. You can see it does say 821 right there. That price times 140K, what does that do? Because this price, $8.69, that was 106K. What's 140K do? It's $11.50. It's $11.50 right there. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 1. What about if Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do? What if it goes to 180K? Maybe Bitcoin's at 180K, but XRP tops off when Bitcoin's at 160. Okay, so let's put in 160. 160. That sounds fair. Maybe they don't top off at the same time. Sometimes they don't. That's okay. And oftentimes they don't, actually. $13. $13, man. We're getting pretty damn close to this little number here. In fact, every number that we've put in has been above this minimum target, which I don't know how many people know about Fibs. I've been doing Fibonacci analysis my whole life, or not my whole life, but my whole life as an analyst, which is, roughly 9 years now. When you don't stop at the 1272, you basically go right up to the 1414. It's very rare, but sometimes in your worst scenarios, you find resistance just below there. Which just below there would be about $11, which we made sense out of that, right? $11.50 was a target we just came up with if Bitcoin was at 140K. So even at the pessimistic scenario, XRP is going to go to $11. But these are rare circumstances, stopping below the 1414 like this. Oftentimes you actually go just above the 1414 with any chart. Oftentimes you don't stop at the 1414. Oftentimes it is just above it. You'll wick above it and then you'll close below it. That's something that I've noticed oftentimes. But let's say you stop right at it. That's at 1356. That's pretty damn close. That's pretty damn close for this conservative target on the XRP BTC chart for this conservative price at 160K when I'm expecting 180K. Let's just finish it. 4821. What would it be if Bitcoin was worth 180,000? Let's just say they top off at the exact same time, right above the 1414. Almost like it was meant to be. Almost as if none of this is fabricated and it was well thought out analysis brought to you by yours truly. You guys, if you're considering prices for XRP below $11, I just hope you don't sell. I hope you're proven wrong and that you don't sell. And I don't really hope at this point. Hope implies there's some sort of doubt. I don't have hope. I have no hope in what I'm saying here. This is not hope. This is well thought out analysis. It's very convicting, very logical, and it makes a whole bunch of sense. You piece these puzzles together, they line up at the same area. That's not a coincidence, my friends. It's not a coincidence. Big shit's coming your way, XRP. I got nothing else for you guys. And of course it would. Look at this massive bull flag you're in. Basic analysis. Just very basic analysis. Go to Google, type in bull flag. Go to images. Tell me it doesn't look exactly like this. That measure move at a minimum from a low to a high, right? Because we're not going to measure that high. We're just going to take this high. I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to take that high. I don't know. That measure move takes you to $9.50. Right? We're not stopping at $9.50, right? The most pessimistic, unrealistic target we could come up with was $8.70, and that's if Bitcoin's at the same price. It's not going to. If Bitcoin's at 140K, we're not stopping at $9.42. We are going to see a more bullish move than we did back here. If you had fun with this, buckle up. It's about to get better. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.